Hi, in this tutorial, we will talk about the insertion of your composition. Let's get started. You have different ways to insert your composition. The first one is to insert your raw materials directly in your product. This is the one that we will see in this video. In the next videos, we will see how you can import your composition using an Excel file and how you can recover the composition from another product. To insert your composition directly in raw materials, you first need to understand what the different types of raw materials are. The first type are the ones with a double check. It means that they are validated and that the composition has been validated by our experts. It also means that if you choose a validated raw material, you won't have to provide any document for that raw material. The second type are the one with a single tick. It means that they are checked and that the composition has been validated by our experts, but that there might be some missing documents. If you choose a checked raw material, you might have to provide some documents. Finally, the last type are the ones with a gray clock. It means that they are proposed. It means that the composition hasn't been validated and that you will need to provide documents for that raw material. We strongly advise that you choose validated raw materials as it will speed the process for both parties. To insert your composition, from the workspace of the product, go to the Composition tab. Click the Add Raw Materials button. It will take you to a screen that will show you all the raw materials of Bioreus database. Search for the raw material you want to add and select it by clicking on the white circle on the left of the raw material. Then, you need to insert the percentage of that raw material on the right side of the screen. If your product has shades like in this case, you won't be able to insert percentages. You will need to go to the Shades tab and fill in the composition for each shade. To create a new raw material, click on Create a Raw Material, provide a name, select your supplier. You can always define a new supplier by entering his name and click Create the Supplier. To search for a raw material, you can search by name, code, or supplier. Press Confirm to complete or repeat the operation for any additional raw materials. Finally, press Confirm to close the dialog and update the composition. To insert the composition of your shades, go to the Shades tab while in the workspace of your product. Then, click Edit Shades. You first need to insert a name and a code for each shade. Then, you need to fill in the percentages of each raw material in each shade. You can also use tools to copy the composition of a shade to another shade or to copy the concentration of a raw material to different shades. You can modify the composition of a raw material by opening the contextual menu of a proposed raw material. From the dialog, you can add components to fill in the composition of your proposed raw material. Click Next. There you will need to insert the concentration and information about the component as its role in the raw material. When you are done, just click Confirm. I hope you found this information helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in the next tutorial.